Hello successful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so in this video I would be showing you how to prevent burns and stains. How to prevent iron burns and stains from your clothes. What that means is sometimes when your iron is too hot, it could burn your clothes, whether the fabric you are working with is light, so the iron could just burn it and tear it out, and it's very, very risky for you, especially if you're a fashion designer and you're working on a customer's clothes and it gets burnt. And let's say probably the fabric is very expensive and you can't get it elsewhere. What are things that you can use to prevent that you will never experience? Because the truth is, no matter how careful you are, you might end up having maybe the iron is too hot and then it burns, or the fabric is too delicate and it burns. And then there are also times when the face of your iron is damaged in a way that maybe you've used it in ironing, estee, wadding, all those interfaces that come with gum on the wrong side of them. So you use them to iron them, and you also use them to iron your fabric. So what that means is that over time, the face of your iron, this is the face of your iron, the face of your iron tends to go bad, and then it begins to transfer stains on your fabric. So imagine if you're ironing a fabric that is white in color, and then the face of your iron is already stained with gums, glues, and all of those things. So you want to prevent all of that. Most times people recommend that the iron you use to iron interfacing should be different from the iron you use in pressing your garment. But the truth is, we need to also consider the economy. Not everybody can afford to buy two separate iron for that. So I just want to show you that there is another option that you can have. This one works like no matter how hot your iron can be, and no matter how delicate your fabric, the fabric you want to press is, this option works perfectly well. Yes, it's tested and it is trusted. I have tried it and it is trusted. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. This is called a Teflon foot. It's also called an iron cover, just for a basic name, but majorly it's called a Teflon foot. So what this does is it prevents stains. It's like a cover cloth for the face of your iron. So number one, it prevents burns from going on your fabric. So no matter how hot you this is an industrial iron, and if you have used an industrial iron before, you can testify to it that an industrial iron is very hot. But the truth is, I use my industrial iron to even iron 2 nets. Yes, as long as this is on the industrial iron, I use it to iron 2 nets, and I have never had any issue of it getting burnt. No matter how hot, even if I put it all the way to 5, which is the highest, it has never burnt my garments before, courtesy of this. So what you have to do is to get this Teflon foot. You can get it, this is from Losodium, at Losodium on Instagram. You can get it from Losodium on Instagram. So I'm just going to show you how to install this and how to use it. Now this Teflon foot actually works for every kind of iron, so it's not only limited to this kind of iron. You can use it on your regular iron. It can even work for an iron that is smaller than this. It can work for an iron that is a bit bigger than this. Okay, so this is it. I'm just going to open it and then show you how to install it. So I'm just going to put the iron by the side. So when you get it, it comes with 3 screws. Yes, it comes with 3 screws. So what you need to do is you need to open out this screw. So you can use maybe a plier, or you can use a scissors to open it out. I use a scissors because I don't have a plier close by. So you want to open, the reason why you're opening is because there's a part here of the screw that is the last point. You want to raise that up because that part will be going into this part. Okay, so we want to fix it into this part, and then the last part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my scissors. If you have a plier, I think plier is the best to use. I'm just going to use the scissors to raise it up a little bit, so that when I'm about putting it in, it's easier for me. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, and I'm going to do the other side the same way, just raising it a little bit You're not raising the whole screw, just that top part that you need it to enter. So I've done for the first one. I'm going to do the same thing for the other screw. I've done it for this one, so I'm just going to do it for the last one. All right, so after doing that, you want to insert all the three screws, all the three springs to one side of your Teflon foot. So I'm just going to insert it this way. After you insert, you might want to bring the spring together. So that's why I said using a plier is sweeter, but of course you can use your scissors as well. So just to key it in so it won't be falling out. Okay, I've done that for one side. I'm going to do the same for the other side. And then I'll do it for the last one, which is at the top here. Okay, so if once you are done with all the sides, you want to bring in your iron and fix it this way. Okay, let me do that again. So you want to bring in your iron. This is the mouth part, so and fix it this way. Then you take this last screw, let it pass through the inner part. So this also depends on how your iron looks like, the shape of your iron, but I believe most irons have an handle that comes like this. So you want to take the handle and make it, the spring, make it pass through this, drag it, and then fix the screw on the other side. So I'm going to make this pass under this. There's a wire on this part of my iron, so the spring won't be pressing that. So I'm just going to let it enter into the second part. All right, so can you see this? The first one has been inserted. Can you see it? Can you see the second part? You can make this fit in well. Okay, so for the second one, I'm going to do the same thing. So it's also passing this way. You need to drag. It's a spring, so it's okay to drag. So I have this. I need this last one because of the way my iron is. If my iron was the one that the handle comes all the way and comes down, then this is supposed to pass inside that handle, and then I'll use it to key in this other part. But because my handle just goes straight like this, then I don't need this one. The Teflon foot is still very secured. Okay, so I'll just remove this and keep it in case I want to use it for something else. I want to use it for my iron. another type of iron, I mean. So this is already secured. I only used 2 of the spring. So by, of course, like I said, if you are using the kind of iron that has the handle all the way down, you will need that spring to pass inside that handle and return back to the front just to hold it firm. So this is how it looks like. Same bond, it prevents the face of your iron, so it makes your iron actually last longer. It makes your iron last longer. It prevents the face of your iron, and it does not, it's just really, really perfect. It's just really, really perfect for this. So if you need to try it, get the Teflon food. So you can get it from Low Sodium store. That's at Low Sodium. I'm going to put the name on the screen, at Low Sodium on Instagram. Yeah, we're in Lagos, Nigeria, and then of course it could be delivered anywhere, actually anywhere in the world. So let me know if you have experienced any bonds, and if you are going to try this, let me know that in the comment section. And please, 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 please don't forget to subscribe, of course, so you can see more amazing videos. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop a comment. That's how I know that, oh, you saw this video. Okay, so drop a comment.